You're watching another Element Eval.
What?
Today, we're talking my September elk system. If you like this video, be sure and subscribe below. And also, hey, check out our podcast because there's a ton of great information over there, especially episode 32 with Corey Jacobson. In reality, hunting elk in alpine country is the most demanding hunt of the season that my gear has to endure. This system, head to toe, got me through anything I encountered last September. I mean, sure, there are things I'd like to add to the system, maybe some merino base layers or some gloves or a warmer pair of pants, but they're not really necessities. The beautiful thing about a system is that it's ever changing based on experiences you have and adversities you face while out in the field. So this is my elk system. Let's get into it. Very nice. Alright, so the first big part of my system is this Sitka Flash 20 backpack, alright? This is where I put all my extra layers throughout the day, all my food and water goes, and pretty much what helps me survive out in the woods. You can check out more about it in this link right here. Next is my outer layer. This is the Sitka Traverse Cold Weather Hoodie. This is the hoodie I wear in the mornings whenever we're maybe going on a long four-wheeler ride or a truck ride or what have you. Whenever it's still frosty outside and we're sitting around listening for bugles, waiting to make a move. It's also really great when one of those cold storms blows in the afternoon and you need a little wind protection or water protection. It's not really waterproof, but it does seem to repel water a little bit. Again, it's super warm, has a fleece liner on the inside, very comfortable to wear, and it's not bulky like a lot of other jackets are. It also has a really nice form-fitting hood and a little ninja mask in there so you can pull it up over your face. I don't use that a lot because it kind of interferes with calling, but it is nice if you're in a really close situation and you've got a bull coming in tight. Next is the pants that I wear in the elk woods. Now, I'm one of those people who has super skinny legs, and my legs don't really get cold, especially in the situations we hunt. I don't do a lot of glassing or sitting around waiting. We're usually pretty mobile. We might sit for 20 or 30 minutes max, okay? So I went with the Sitka Ascent pant, all right? It's very lightweight, super good for those warm September days, and if it is a little bit chilly, you can just layer underneath them and they work great. The material is pretty thin, and I was worried about how durable they'd be, but these made it 10 days in the elk woods and there ain't a tear in them. They have some convenient side zippered pockets here so that your diaphragms don't fall out as you're walking through the woods. And I really like the waist in these pants. It kind of has an anti-slip band around the inside, keeps them up on your hips, even if you don't have hips like me. And then you have a really low profile waistband on the pant that keeps your backpack from digging into the waist. And what I always wear underneath my Traverse Cold Weather Hoodie is this Sitka Core lightweight long sleeve. All right, I really like this shirt. I wear it elk hunting, I wear it hog hunting, I even wear it in the whitetail woods when we're on the ground. It's super lightweight, very great at wicking moisture, and it even has these little thumb loops, I guess you'd call them, so that whenever you're putting on an outer layer over it, these sleeves don't ride up your arms. It's nice and form-fitting. It's not too tight, not too loose. It still leaves me plenty of room to layer underneath if I need to, but I really like to wear this as a base layer if the weather permits. Now, as September pushes on, you are going to have some colder days, and I really like hunting those days because it really seems to get the elk up and moving, especially the big bulls that seem to only want to bugle at night earlier in the year. Woo! And on those days, I do like to throw a couple extra base layers in there. I wear cheap stuff right now, I'll tell you the truth of the matter. These are a pair of Russell leggings that you can get at Walmart for like $9. Pretty awesome. And then this is a polyester pullover from Gander Mountain, which is no longer in business, so good luck finding those. But both of these seem to keep me very, very warm. Now, this polyester doesn't wick moisture great. Like I said, I kind of would like to upgrade to maybe some type of merino in the future on this thing. But last year, this kept me super warm whenever I layered it underneath this long sleeve. And as for the bottoms, like I said earlier, my legs really don't get very cold at all. These work great as a moisture wicking layer. They don't really seem to get too funky, if you know what I mean. And I've used them for 3 or 4 seasons now, and they're still pretty durable. You know, $7 or $8, great deal. These are the shoes that I wore most of last elk season. The Salomon XA Pro GTXs. Okay, I really like these shoes. I wore them most of last elk season. However, I had a foot complication that I believe these shoes induced. Look it up, it's called Hagelin syndrome. It pretty much feels like my heel was gonna fall off and there's a big water bubble underneath it. It was not comfortable. I don't know if it's a me thing or it's a shoe thing, but about 3/4 of the way through my elk hunt, I had to switch back to my old backup boots, which did me fine, but it was kind of disappointing not getting to wear the shoes that I wanted to wear. However, let's go into detail about these a little bit. I felt like that the sole on these isn't super aggressive, but it worked great for an all-around elk boot. Not a mountaineering shoe, not really something that you want to go chase elk when it's 95 degrees in, but all in all, a great shoe to wear. I will put a little disclaimer on here. The GTX stands for Gore-Tex, and these shoes, they are not waterproof. I wouldn't even call them water resistant. One step through a creek in about 10 minutes it's going to soak through, so just keep that in mind. The time of year that I hunt, not a big deal because you're not going to freeze to death, but if it was sub-freezing temperatures, it could be pretty uncomfortable. And where would our feet be without socks, okay? I like to run 2 different types of socks. I usually keep an extra pair in my pack at all times. The first pair of socks that I'm going to tell you to go out and buy right now are these merino wool redhead socks from Bass Pro, okay? They are one of the most comfortable socks I've ever worn. They got a good amount of cushion on the bottom, and they're great for even up to 90 degrees, okay? They're really great hiker, especially for early season elk hunting. I like the ankle height length because sometimes the taller sock makes my leg hair feel weird, okay? But these socks, all in all, are probably my all-time favorite hiking sock, and they're pretty cheap. They're like 12 bucks a piece or something like that. The other pair that I like to run are the Smart Wools, okay? They're a little bit heavier, better for a little bit colder temperatures, but they're still not super hot and they're gonna burn you up while you're hiking. They're really durable as well, and they have a good cushion on the bottom, especially for those long walking days. And now, to tie the footwear to the pants, the Sitka Ascent Gator. I had not run Gators in the past. This is my first year running Gators, okay? You might be saying, what's a Gator? They don't have those in the mountains. A Gator is something that goes around your ankle, around your pants, to keep sticks and junk from getting down inside your shoe or up your pants. It also works pretty good for ticks if you're in a ticky area. Now, I was a fan of implementing Gators. I like Gators. I'm not sure I like these that much. They were one of the cheaper ones in Sitka's line, okay, but they were still like 69 bucks or something like that. I felt like they did their job, but they weren't the most durable things. And actually, one of these brass buttons here popped off while I was taking off one of the Gators about halfway through my hunt, and I had to just use the Velcro part for the rest of the season. But they did continue to do their job, and I never got any ticks, but I was in the mountains, so that's not really a thing. But they did keep my pants and shoes all in one unit, and I felt like I was much more nimble going through the woods, crawling over deadfall, things like that. That's not what I was supposed to say. And that's gonna pretty much do it for my 2017 elk hunting system. If you wanna see the story of that season, check out that video right there. If you're interested in the Sitka Flash 20 backpack and wanna learn more about it, check out that video right there. Remember, this is your element. Live in it.